Okay guys, so we talked about the pill form of medication and how to do the dosage calculations with that. Now I'm going to show you the difference with liquid measurements, okay? So there's a lot of medications that come in liquid form. Probably the ones you're familiar with the most are going to be for kids, like if you buy children's Motrin or children's Tylenol, or even if your child has to take antibiotics until they can swallow pills. But you can even buy over-the-counter liquid medication for adults, like NyQuil and DayQuil. They come in liquid form, because not all adults can swallow pills. And that's part of what we need to talk about when it comes to medications, is how they're put into the body and how the body absorbs them or deals with them. So when we talk about an oral medication, if it comes in a liquid form, sometimes even if it's for adults, sometimes it's because adults can't swallow pills, but it also might be because they have a feeding tube that they can't swallow, right? So everything that goes into their body, nutritional wise, liquid wise, even mostly medication wise, a lot of times those medications come in a liquid form. You know, if they have a feeding tube that goes in through their nose down to their stomach, we just push it through the feeding tube here. Otherwise, if they have a feeding tube right in their belly, then we can push it in through there. So I want you to get familiar with this. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this as well, or I think I did take a picture of this as well, so that you have it. Actually, I think I can do that while I'm recording, just in case. Yeah, okay. Instead of using tablet, caplet, capsule, something like that, when we talk about liquid, you usually will see the abbreviation ML, stands for milliliter. So ml is always going to tell you that this is going to be a liquid form of medication. 5 mLs, just to give you an idea of quantity and how much this is. 5 mLs equals 1 teaspoon. Notice how I wrote the number 1? This is a medical way to write the number 1. Okay? 1 teaspoon. 15 mLs, 3 times that amount, equals 1 tablespoon. Or 3 teaspoons. 30 mLs equals 1 ounce. So again, I think that these are things that you would be a little more familiar with. So you have your teaspoon, you have your tablespoon, okay, and you have your ounces, like a bottle of soda, a bottle of water, okay? This bottle of water is 16 ounces, okay? Five ml, 1 teaspoon. 15 ml, 1 tablespoon, or 3 teaspoons, okay? And then again, 30 ml, 1 ounce. So I just wanted to give you an idea when we're talking about liquid, how much is it really? And I happen to find this in my drawer, which is actually a meat flavor injector, but it has the same numbers that we're talking about on it right now. Okay, so like there, oops, let me do this, 5 ml, right? There's your 5 ml mark, 10 ml, 15 ml, or 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon, 20, 25, and 30. 30 is your 1 ounce, okay? So I didn't realize I had this, and I thought, oh, I could probably use this to show you guys how to do injections too. It's just obviously a lot bigger than what we normally use in an office, but it'll give me the concept. I also did finish setting up my practice station, which I hope you have started on. I will take a picture of that and post it later. But first, I want to continue on with the same assignment that we were working on for your introduction to dosage calculations. We did the pill form examples on the last video. Now we're going to talk about the liquid ones. So I'm going to erase this. And we are going to look at number 2. Okay, number 2 on here. Number 2 says the desired dose, or the dose that we need, is 150 milligrams, and the dose we have is 200 milligrams per 5 ml. You see that slash? It's 150 milligrams slash 5 ml. That means there's 150 milligrams of medicine in every 5 mLs, or every 1 teaspoon, okay? Set up your formula the exact same way, guys. Nothing changes except your unit, because your unit is not 1. Remember, 1 was for per pill. This medication is per 5 ml. So let's set it up. The dose we need, 150 milligrams. The dose we have, 200 milligrams per, or for every 5 ml. So instead of tablets or capsules, we're using ml. Do not put milligrams. That's a common mistake people make. The milligrams is what the doctors order. You can't change that. We're trying to figure out how many pills or how much liquid to give a patient to give them the right amount of milligrams. Milligrams, doctor orders, ml is what we figure out, okay? Take your calculator, do this the exact same way. Top number goes in first, right? 150, divide that by 200 equals 0.75. 0.75. Don't get scared with all these weird numbers, okay? It's part of pharmacology. 0.75, I'm going to multiply that by 5 times 5 equals 3.75. 3.75 ml. That is the answer. That is how much we would give the patient for 1 dose. 3.75 ml. And on a syringe, that's easy to draw up. On a little medicine cup, we can figure it out. A lot of times it has markings for us to figure it out. Those are the same medicine cups that used to come on top of your children's Tylenol and Motrin and stuff like that, right? You always had those little, what they call calibration cups. A lot of them have gone to use syringes now because you get a better way to measure. It's more accurate now with syringes. So just a lot of times the syringes that you get from the pharmacy, they may not say ml. They might say half a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, things like that, because that was a way that parents at home that have no medical training were more comfortable with those terms, you know, teaspoon and stuff like that, okay? So, all right. You notice I'm always erasing this, even though it's probably going to be the same because I'm showing you the same results or the same type of problems. But again, I want you to start with a blank formula each time and fill it out. Okay, start with the blank formula, fill it out, then do your math. It's very important to remember these steps. Don't get into a bad habit of just assuming it's always going to be the same, because again, that's how mistakes happen. All right, so the next liquid is number 3. Number 3. Okay, the desired dose, 300 milligrams, the dose we need. Dose on hand, 150 milligrams per 2 ml. Let's set it up. The dose we need goes on top, 300. The dose we have goes on bottom, 150. Our unit, it's per 2 ml. Our unit is 2, our tag is ml. Boom, set up. Okay, 300. Divide that by 150. Gives us the number 2. Okay, 2, I know this is not that hard, guys, but I'm just going to do it, times 2 equals 4. So for this particular medication, we would give the patient 4 ml. Okay, 4 ml. Let's do the last one on the top of this page together. The last one is number 5, okay, because we already did the pill ones. So the desired dose is 75 milligrams, and the dose on hand is 50 milligrams per 2 ml. The dose we need, 75 milligrams. The dose we have, 50 milligrams per 2 ml. Do your math. Okay, take your calculator. 75 divided by 50, 1.5 times, 1.5. Always fill in the blanks. Times 2 equals 3. So we would give this patient a total of 3 mLs to get what the doctor ordered of 75 milligrams. Okay? So that pretty much concludes how we do the dosage calculations for liquid medications. Remember, it's no different than pill form except the unit. That's where the unit changes, because it's not per pill, it's for how much volume of liquid that we're dealing with at a time. The next step is going to be figuring out multiple doses in a day, and then multiple days in a month, okay, things like that, and then learning how to write the prescriptions, and also talking about how to do injections when we have to work with these liquid forms of medication to give a shot or an injection to a patient in the office, okay? So go ahead and start working on anything that you can in your worksheets that have to do with liquid medications for 1 dose, and you should already have started the ones for pill form for 1 dose. That's it. Don't go on to anything else yet. You'll get overwhelmed, and I don't want you to do that, okay? All right, see you on the next one.